Hey, what's up guys? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about resources versus resourcefulness. There's such a vast difference between resources and resourcefulness. So one thing that's constantly bothering me, and I'm sure it's bothering you as well, is I don't have enough time to do this. I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have the talent to do this. I'm not smart enough to do this. All of these limiting beliefs, all of this is basically saying that you don't have the resources to be able to execute on your dreams. And that may be true. There's so many things out there in the world. I don't expect every single one of us to have all of them. In fact, that's an unreal expectation. A very important part of setting expectations is making sure that they're realistic and achievable. Achievable yet ambitious. When you set all these expectations for yourself, you want to be able to achieve them. And sometimes it's very difficult to achieve them when you simply don't have it. You could be working a job for $10, $11, $12 an hour, working 40 hours a week, barely making it from check to check, and you're like, well, how do I put aside even $500 to make an investment, much less $5,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 to buy a house or make an investment home, or you know what, I'm just going to work for the rest of my life and I'm just going to go about that. So you guys know that I used to work a job as well. I used to work 3 jobs, I've worked 4 jobs, man. I used to work a time where I literally did everything on the books, guys. But here's the thing, I was resourceful. I figured out if I can't do it, there has to be somebody else out there who can do it. For example, one of the companies that I run, it's an investment firm, or at least that's what I like to call it. It's not really an investment firm, so don't sue me if I give you some information. This is for pure entertainment purposes. But nonetheless, so my investment firm, basically what I do is I invest in cryptocurrency, I invest in Forex, I invest in stocks, bonds, all kinds of stuff. A little bit of a Wall Street kind of approach to it, but also a little bit of a different approach with the cryptocurrency coming in there. Now, the thing is, I understand zero about cryptocurrency. I understand zero about Forex trading. I understand zero about stocks. Now, yes, I am teaching myself and I am learning slowly day by day. I'm looking at Tesla stock, go do this. I'm looking at SPCE stock. I'm looking at all kinds of different stocks and I'm seeing how they're fluctuating and just how they're reacting to the market and different things that are going on in the market. But here's what I realized though. I'm not going to be an expert from day one. Nobody is. None of us are. So how do you actually leverage other people's knowledge to make you money? If I had $100 and I invested in something and I put all my blood, sweat and effort into learning how to invest in this thing, let's say it's Tesla stock, for example. Let's just say I learn everything about Tesla, everything about why Tesla stock fluctuates, although it's not an exact science, so I could be completely wrong anyways. And then I go into it, and now not only have I spent all this time actually learning how to do it, but then I'm spending all my time into doing it and I'm only seeing a certain amount of returns. Now what if I hired somebody else to do it? I come up to you and I'm like, hey, you know how to trade Tesla stock. You've been doing it successfully for a couple of years. I'm gonna give you some money. You do it for me and I'll let you keep a percentage off the top. You have an incentive to do it because you decide, hey, I get to keep a percentage off the top. For you, the best part is you don't have to actually invest any of your money into it. And for me, the best part is I don't actually have to invest any of my effort into it. So it's my money and your efforts that's making both of us money. So that's the concept of leverage. So that brings me to my resourcefulness point. Sometimes it's so important to be resourceful. For example, I was speaking to this guy today I was speaking to a friend of mine today and he was telling me about how he wants to start a business and he was asking me for advice on how he can go forward moving a business and how he can go forward with his companies and how he can scale up without having any money. And I asked him about his credit. He didn't have any credit either, so business funding was out. So how do you expand your business if you don't have the money to expand it? You don't have investors because your business is still just starting up and people don't want to invest in you yet. So what do? The bank won't give you money. So how do you grow? So I told him, I said, I know that you don't have the money, nor do you have the credit to actually go and get that money. There's somebody out there who's willing to give you that credit or willing to lend you that credit or willing to lend you that money. You just have to be able to go out and find that person. And it's crazy. He came up to me a couple days later and he said that he was actually working with his, I think he said it was his mom's boyfriend who he found. So close in the family. And then what happens is when you work with somebody like that and you work with people who invest in you, who trust in you, sometimes people who trust in you initially at least are going to be people who are part of your family. Initially it's going to be some people who you may be associated with, you may be related to, you may have as a friend or a family member. But the fact that they are trusting in you and investing their money into you and kind of placing a bet on you, that means it gives you the advantage to be able to actually take care of that person as well. So they're in business and they're doing 50-50 business. One of the partners brings the money, the other one brings all the effort. They split the money 50-50. It's a win-win for everybody. So how can you be resourceful to be able to execute on your dreams? For example, another guy that I was speaking to, I think it was yesterday that I was speaking to him. This guy comes up to me and he says, I would like to go for more workshops and I would like to go for this and go for that, but I don't have the money to do it. I said, well, you're actually speaking to the right person. And I actually put him in touch with a buddy of mine who hooked him up with free VIP tickets for a workshop that was coming up. And he got it, but he would have never got that had he not asked. He would have never got that was he not resourceful enough to bother to try and actually get something like that. So resourcefulness, again, super, super, super important. Another example of resourcefulness. My brother actually, he met somebody years ago on a flight who was looking for a particular something which at the time my brother did not have or could not offer him. He connected with him actually today, 3 years later, and he said, hey, I have this product for you that you were looking for, and it's actually what one of our businesses sells. And we sold it to him. We made like close to $15,000 off that, off one relationship that we talked about years ago. So, two most important things in business are going to be relationships with people. If you can speak to people, if you can get to know people and be resourceful, if you can talk to people, connect with people, understand people's pains and kind of hit them at that pain point, sales becomes super, super simple. So, understanding people, very important in business. Number two, super important to actually understand numbers, because understanding people is one thing, but when you go into a business, you also want to understand numbers. Understanding numbers is super important as well, because you can see, am I making a profit? Am I making a loss? Am I going up? Am I going down? How does my business look on paper? You always want to look at the numbers. Don't fall in love with the business, fall in love with the numbers. I say that all the time. So somebody told me, he said, okay, Kabir, all well and good, you say resourcefulness, I need to get resourceful, but I don't know anybody. I don't have any talents, I don't have any time, I don't have any money, I don't know anybody, I've given up on life. I said, listen here, my friend, let me tell you something. All you have to do is connect people together. You can get paid so much money just by connecting two people. Look at Uber, for example. What is Uber? Uber, all they do is connect the driver with the rider. They found somebody that needs something and they found somebody else that needs something else, and they put them together and they make billions of dollars. It's crazy. You need a ride when you go out somewhere, when you're going out to that bar and you need a ride home. You want a convenient, safe way to get home. The driver wants to make money driving his car around and being his own boss, and they offer all these things to you. They're able to solve a problem. So all Uber does is solve a problem. A person needs a way to get home. B person needs a way to make money with his car. Connect the two of them and they make money. It's crazy. Like for example, if like everybody here knows that I work in the Amazon space, and if you don't, you need to know about that, because I run Amazon FBA stores and they're awesome and I am making a killer for my clients. But let's say you know somebody who's wanting to get into the Amazon space and they say, hey, I want to sell on Amazon, I have no idea how to do it. You bring them to me. You're like, hey, so this guy I know wants to work with Amazon and he wants to get into it. If they turn out to be a good lead, guess what? I'll give you money for the lead. It's crazy. So it's crazy what you can do. And this is just me. Now imagine if you had 10 different people who you were speaking to, and each of these 10 people were all business owners, different businesses. Imagine every single person you met is looking to buy something. If you can figure out what they are looking to buy and connect them with the right person, that right person gives you money. So imagine if you had a handful of owners or business owners on your hand, you don't even have to have a business. That itself is a business right there. You just created a business for yourself. Create an economy. My coach says this to me all the time. He said, if you want to survive in this economy, you have to create your own economy. And that's exactly what you need to do as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. Go out there and create opportunities, create an economy for yourself so that you can give value to other people. And by giving value, guess what? You're going to make money anyways. It's crazy what you can make. Referrals are so much money into it. That's what affiliate marketing is. Like, for example, Amazon has this whole affiliate marketing program as well. Not my Amazon business, but Amazon itself. Basically, if you go and sign up as an affiliate marketer, it's where you basically, like for example, I'm going to link a link below, which is going to be giving you a link to this camera setup and what I do with my camera setup. When you click that link, what it's going to do is going to show you on the Amazon platform my camera setup. Now, if you go and add on like a tripod on there, a light on there and stuff, and you go and actually purchase this, Amazon will give me a commission of whatever you purchase on their platform. And you can go across the entire platform and purchase anything. It's an affiliate link, because what I did was by letting you know that this is my camera setup that I've linked in the link below, you can actually go ahead and see what I did right there, which is actually just advertise for Amazon, because I said you can go in the link below and look at Amazon. So when I do that for you guys, you go in the link, you click on it, you're like, hey, I want to know about this camera setup, and you actually get the camera setup and you add on all this other stuff to it. Now I have directed you to the Amazon platform. Amazon, of course, makes money off that because they have traffic coming to that website. So they make money off of that. So there's so many different ways that referrals can actually make you so much money. I'm actually going out to the 10X Growth Conference as well. I'm going to be flying out there tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to network with all these wonderful people. And I actually got in there as a VIP member so that I can get into the VIP networking events, because I want to meet other people, meet like-minded people, because even if I don't do business with them directly, guess what? Now I have their business card. I know what they do. And when I meet somebody else that wants to do that kind of business, guess what? I just push them their way. And I'm like, hey, I'm sending you a very solid lead. Who wouldn't pay? As a business owner, I'm telling you, if you send me a lead as a business owner that is a solid lead and they convert, yes, I will give you something to make it worth your while because you send a lead my way. And any good business owner would send you a little bit of something just to send them a lead. Now imagine if you literally had everybody going there. Guys, this is a way to make a lot of money with no money of your own. A lot of people are like, listen, I don't know how to make money. It takes money to make money. I don't have the talent. I don't have the knowledge. Listen. No. You can do anything just by knowing that you can go out there and actually connect these people together. So it really comes down to resourcefulness versus resources. Not all of us have the resources. Not all of us are handed everything on a silver platter. But as long as you have the resourcefulness to go out there to absolutely crush it, the one thing that you can do every single time without fail is smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And then once you get that done, you can actually go out there and make some money, crushing it by connecting one person to second person. And that's it. Make some money, guys. Go out there and absolutely crush it. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hit that like button again for the YouTube algorithm if you absolutely enjoyed this video. I try to put value out here for all of you guys every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time and at Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All kinds of cool videos coming. I'll do reviews on workshops I go to. I'll talk about all my business. And here's the thing, guys, everything that I learn, I am somebody who retains more stuff when I teach it back to you guys. So when I'm teaching something back to you guys, I'm actually retaining it even more. So stuff that I learn at different workshops, stuff that my coach teaches me, every time I tell you something about that, guess what? Now this is edged in my brain and it becomes more of who I am and I'm kind of shaping my personality. So I encourage you, watch this video, go show this video to somebody else. Better yet, take the principles that you've learned from me and go teach this to somebody else. Because I don't care. Knowledge is for everybody. Guys, knowledge is abundant. You're not stealing my knowledge. I'm not stealing somebody else's knowledge. Knowledge is abundant. Go share this with somebody else. When you do, guess what? When you teach it to somebody else, it's going to stick in your brain even further. And then they go and teach it to somebody else. Imagine, not only are we educating everybody in our system, but we're also retaining everything. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. I post all kinds of cool stuff like I just said. Guys, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, check out my Instagram. I got it right over here for you guys. I post all kinds of cool stuff on there daily. I post like 5 times a day. I got all kinds of cool stuff on there. You can see a little bit more about my life, how I go about my business, how I go about my day, how every day I am just absolutely crushing it, how you can go out there and absolutely crush it yourself as well. And I'll motivate you. Connect with me. DM me on Instagram. That's the best way to reach me if you guys want some advice, if I can help you in any way. And like I said, guys, just you guys got this. Like, I absolutely believe in you. Go out there and crush it.